within this, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but so conditions, like what I was taught, maybe I'm wrong, is that something you can't change really.
That's true.
You can't get past. And then objection is something that we can't overcome.
Right.
So I guess I'm having an issue with like Ray yesterday.
Yeah.
She was saying that, you know, she has to change insurances, that she can get her husband mobile
Okay.
before.
So you're not saying the condition of the house. You're saying like, how do you overcome logistical issues?
Right. Yeah.
That's a really good point. So there are 100% times where you can't. There are things that like they are logistical things that they literally can't sell, right? But what you need to look at, for example, is once you understand their problem, right? Can your solution help them overcome that? We'll call that a condition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Overcome that circumstance. Now, there's one thing I want you guys to know about just objections in general. When people throw out a ton of objections at you, like when they say, well, no, because it's not the right time, and you know, it's not enough money, and I need a little bit more money, I need a lot of this, and then like, and then you feel like you're really getting through to them. This is after you've built a really good problem awareness phase, but you're like, we're right here, what's going on? And they're throwing a bunch of stuff at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's typically just they're trying to smoke screen you. A lot of times it is something that they want to do, but they're like scared, right? It comes from fear. It comes from a bunch of objections. If they just say one thing, if they're like, look, all of this sounds really good, I just need to do this. Like, I just need this. That is typically more of a legitimate concern, right? So this was a research done by Seventh Level that they went back and listened to like all of their objections that they get. And they've noticed when it's multiple objections, it's usually like a fear-based thing that they're able to overcome. Mm-hmm. If it's just one thing, like for example, they're like, everything looks great, I just need to talk to my wife because if I don't talk to her, she's going to leave. Like she's going to divorce me if I don't talk to her. She would hate if I did that. And then you're like, okay, like, you know, you go through your framework, usually you'll get one of two. Either you hop on a call or like that's usually the objection. That's a legitimate concern, like a logistical thing. Or like everything looks great, but I cannot sell until I have this next place lined up, right? Like something like that. Like I need this thing to happen. So those are like obvious concerns. So for Ray, right? For Ray specifically, she said that she needs this insurance thing to figure out, like, so then she can move, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how does that actually make sense?
To me, it doesn't really, but I don't really know how to attack it because in my eyes, she could just sell the home, and she said she identified another home that would work for them. Sell the home, buy the new home, and just pretty much have it ready for her husband when he does get that chair she was talking about.
Right. Exactly. So it doesn't actually make sense, right? So the first thing, and with that objection specifically, is we have to identify what is the outcome that she actually wants, right? Mm-hmm. Now I've talked to Ray, so I know exactly her problem and exactly her outcome. So Ray is in a house that is in terrible condition. It's got mold. She is now getting sick, right? Because the mold is attacking her.
Yeah.
And then she needs to move into this new house. And so a couple of things that you could do right at the beginning to prevent this is, you know, ask her some questions like, Ray, I guess, how much longer would you like to keep putting this off? And ask it that way. How much longer would you like to keep putting this off? Living in the house with the mold and then having to deal with not having AC, right? And all of the things that you have going on. How much longer would you like to keep putting that off? She's gonna be like, I don't want to put it off any longer. Yeah. Now, when she says that, now you're like, okay, so like what we don't want to look at when we're objection handling is we don't want to be like, we're on this side of the table, they're on that side of the table. And that's how it feels sometimes, right? Because you're like, well, what's really good? What do you do? Why would you do this? But like what you can do is once you've gotten that answer, right? I mean, between you and me, how much longer do you actually want to keep putting this off? Yeah, and living in this house that you really don't like. I mean, how much longer would you want to put this off? She's like, I don't want to put this off any longer. Okay, so I guess if like I'm on your side of the table
Mm-hmm.
and we're looking at kind of what's in front of us, I guess what do you feel like you need to do to best set yourself up to get into that new house so you could take care of your husband? Right?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So this is legitimately, this is objection handling. And we do this over time. This is how you start breaking people down, right? Is like you have to literally imagine yourself, if you feel you're getting combative with somebody, imagine yourself on the other side, like on two sides of the table, right? Like they're on this side and you're on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to imagine yourself coming on to their side of the table and then looking at the problem ahead. And so like, Ray, I guess, I mean, what do you feel like you need to do at this point so that way you can, put yourself in the best position possible to take care of your husband? And then like, that's the first thing. She's like, well, I need to do this. I need to do this. She's probably that's not going to overcome the objection right there. It won't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's too much fear. Right.
Yeah.
So you want to keep going at that. Okay. How do you mean? Clarify, probe. She's going to say, I need to do this. I need to do that. Like she's going to throw a bunch of things. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then like she might need money. Right. She's like, well, I need money. I need this thing. And like, are you open to suggestion? And they're like, yes. So I'm on your side, right? I'm looking at this, like you and I are on the same team looking at this together.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously what you need at this point is to be able to get some money in your pocket so you can think clearly, pay for your husband's wheelchair or whatever it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like help pay for your husband's wheelchair and get into a better living condition. So what do you feel like you absolutely need to do so that way you can put yourself in the best possible position, take care of your husband in the best way, and get to that next house? Notice how I changed from, if I went and said that right at the beginning, that'd be too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, what do you feel like you need to do to put yourself in the best position possible? Right? That's just neutral. It's like, what do you feel like you need to do to put yourself in the best position possible? Now, when I reword it again, I ask that question, what do you feel like you need to do to put yourself in the absolute best position possible so that way you can get out of this house, get into a good living condition, and on top of that, give your husband the attention that you know that he needs so that way you can start taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's gonna be like, well, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like it's going to like this woman is a perfect example of why we need to get good at sales, because she wants to do it. She's scared, right? She wants to move into that new house. She really does. And she's been wanting to do it for a really long time. So that's that's what you can do. What do you feel like you need to do to set yourself up in the best possible position? Right? Because when I spoke to her, what she said, she wants to get her husband out of that nursing home and so she can start taking care of him. Because it's expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like at that, I would ask her, like, I would say, let me ask you this. Last time we spoke, it was really important for you to be able to get your husband out of that nursing home into a place where you have you have an eye on him. So that way you could start cooking meals for him and start nursing him back to health. I should probably ask Ray, did anything change between now and the last time we spoke? It's like, no, I still want to do that. Okay, so what do you feel like you need to do to set yourself up in the best possible position so you can take care of your husband, get him out of that place, and get into the new house? So, well, I need to sell this house. But, and then she's going to say all these things, right?
Yeah.
You're like, you don't need, and then there's another way that you could go at this, which is so if you say, like, if you agree with people right off the bat, then they will typically give you a reason why they don't want to do it. But you could say, Ray, you don't need to. You could continue to put this off. It's been 2 months since we started talking. You could wait another 2 months. right? You could
Yeah.
hope that buyers start buying more in the winter, even though we know that that's never happened,
True.
right? You could wait. You could wait till the new year. You know, a lot of people do like the whole new year, new me thing. You can see if that works. And kind of do that playfully, right? You have to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say something like that, you have to say that playfully because people will get offended.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like they're like, no, I need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to. They're like, well, no, I want to do it. Well, why? Because I want to do this. Well, what do you feel like you need to do now to do that? Now they're closing themselves. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
So it all needs to tie back to like a certain point of what they want, and then you build back on that.
So once you dig that deep, you ask that third question, like what do you have to do to get in that best position possible to do this and that? She answers it, you know, she wants to do it, she needs to do it. At that point, would you say, okay, from here, Ray, if it would help, what I can do is send over the agreement, go over it together, or how would you like to proceed? At that point, would you close her, or
once you're let's role play it for a second. So I want you to, I'll kind of give you, I'll be Ray for a second because I know how she talks.
okay.
So I want you to say, so basically I'm going to say, yeah, Emery, like I want to sell the house, but I have to wait for this insurance thing to go through because, they need to pay for this wheelchair, this certain electric wheelchair. And, I can't do anything until that happens.
I hear you. I guess, right, John, like, how much longer do you want to wait and put this off to get your husband out of the hospital into a spot where you can take care of him?
I don't want to put this off any longer. I really don't. I wanted to do this back in August when we spoke originally.
Yeah. I mean, it has been a few months. I guess. I mean, you honestly you could just put it off until late winter.
I mean, I know that, but I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Why?
So I guess why is that?
I mean, I'm tired of living in this house. I'm tired of the mold. I'm tired of the condition. I live with my son, and I'm ready to move on.
Okay. So I mean, I guess at this point, John, what I could do if it would help is
Not yet.
no.
So what do you feel like you need to do
Hmm.
so you can put yourself in the best position
Okay.
to move into that new house and take care of your husband?
So, John, what do you feel like you need to do at this point to put yourself in the best position possible to get out of that home and into this new home to take care of your husband and get him back to his health?
I mean, I know I need to sell it, but I have all this going on, and I don't like it's just too much. There's too much stress. Plus, I've got an emotional attachment to the house. I raised all my kids here. Like, it's just I know what I need to do, but I just can't do it right now. It's just too much.
What do you mean by it's just too much right now?
I've got to take care of this stuff with my husband. I've got to wait for the insurance. Plus, I kind of want to wait to see if there's a better offer that comes in, and see if maybe I get a little bit more money, because if I get more money, then I'll be able to have more money to go move. And
Okay, hang on. You're on page 52 right now. I'm back on page 3. When you said, like, let's say we do wait for the insurance, right? And your husband gets that chair, and you're still in this home with the mold. You're still getting attacked by that mold. You're gonna bring him home to that environment, or would you want to have?
No, I need to have the new place lined up.
Okay, and what do you think that you could do to have that ready for him? I guess.
First of all, I'm going to pause right there. What did you guys notice that he did when I started rambling?
Brought it back home.
100%. That was phenomenal, dude. That you did that. Like, hold on, you're on page 3. I'm still on page 2. Like, bringing it back to the point. That is phenomenal. Now, when you ask that question again, you need to up the level of intensity that you ask it, right?
Okay.
Because you make it more urgent. So what do you feel like you need to do to put yourself and your husband in the absolute best position? So that way, once you do get him out of that house, you guys have a safe place to live and you don't have to worry about living in this house for another 2 months. Now she's going to be like, yeah, you're right. Like, I know, like it's like one by one, you keep bringing it back to that. And that's how you overcome those objections.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good though. The way that you stopped that. So that's the biggest thing, is because like people are going to start talking themselves like into it and out of it, right? Like the people that are like this, that are undecisive, they're blinded by fear. They know what's best for them, and we know what's best for them, right?
Mhm.
Like at least maybe like we don't know, like we cannot predict the future, but we know what they're looking for because they told us,
Yeah.
right? They wouldn't have filled out a form online that says they want to sell their house like that, and they wouldn't have told us all of this stuff. They wouldn't have spoke to us for an hour to not solve a problem.
Sure.
And that's something that like when you guys are having these conversations, there are people that will not try to, like, they'll try to talk to you for like 5 to 10 minutes. Those people that you can't, like, if you guys are clarifying and probing and they're like really will not speak to you for more than 5 to 10 minutes, chances are they maybe won't be that serious about selling. But
Mhm.
nobody stays on the phone for an hour with somebody without a problem, right? Without a
Right.
problem that they're looking to solve. Like, nobody would do that. And so if you've gotten that far with her, like, you know that she has a problem that she wants to solve. And so like we know what she's looking for. We know how to help her.
Mhm.
And so that was really good right there. The other thing you could do is you could always loop it back, because you could like, hey, like instead of just making this thing be the hurdle, have you ever considered that, you know, if we're able to help you with this, that will actually give you the money that you need to not only get in this new place, but have a little bit of cushion to take care of your husband? Have you considered that? Because a lot of people are going to just like get in a, have you considered that if we were able to help you with this, that would actually give you the thing that you need to overcome that hurdle, right?
Mhm.
That's another way you could overcome that objection.
Nice.
Because like, for example, and like I had to sit through a bunch of people that sell like education when I was in 7th level.
Mhm.
And like the number one objection you get in education is like, I don't have any money for this. And it's like, well, yeah, we know you don't have any money. You don't know how to sell. Like, we know you don't have any money. You don't know what you're doing.
Mhm.
And so have you considered that the one thing that's actually stopping you from getting the money is the fact that you're not able to find the resources and be resourceful to actually get what you need to learn the skills to start growing that business, whatever that their end result is after.
Right.
And so like it's the same objection. It's like, well, I can't do this. It's like, yeah, of course you I can't do anything until I have my husband in this chair. Yeah, of course you can't, because you would bring him back to a house that is in terrible condition.
Mhm.
That's why you can't help him. But have you considered that if you were able to sell the house and you were able to get some money in your pocket and move into a new house, you'd
Mhm.
actually be able to give your husband the care that he needs
Mm.
to get him out of that miserable nursing home. Are you okay with me saying that? She'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you're
Sorry.
right. It's getting people to that point, but you got them to that point. So now it's just like finishing them. And this is where you did a really good job with your tone, because if you listen, my tone is empathetic but stern.
Mhm.
It's really important. It's a really important tone to have when you're getting into objection handling. It's like a caring, like fatherly figure type tone of like, hey, I care about you. I want to see you win, but we need to think about these things. Right? That's the type of tone that you need to. You can't go on there. So you can't go on like, oh, well, we're gonna lose the offer and all that. That they just feel like you're not on their side at that point. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to like that. That's a cheap way of doing it.
Yeah.
The right way is like using those sort of like finding out what they need and letting their behavior motivate them to do it.
Okay.
Cool.
Good
Does
stuff.
that help?
Yeah, that's helpful.
What other questions do you guys have? We have a couple minutes.
That was good.
No questions?
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Make sure you guys tackle those new leads like really, really hard, the ones that are coming in from PPC, because I want to get good data, and I want you guys to ask very curiously when you guys have those leads. I want you guys to ask, like, hey, like, you know, if you guys call, Rich, you're the only one that's calling them right when they come in. So Rich, when you call them, like the new PPC leads, I want you to be very intentional about asking that question. Hey, when you saw the ad, you know, a lot of times people see like a YouTube video that says something about selling your house without paying the agents, or sometimes they see like they just search something online. I guess, what was it that you saw that made you want to look into this further? So be very intentional about that question specifically, because I do want to know. And then Emery, if you by the time you get to them right now, Emery, at least until your first contract comes in,
Yeah.
they're probably not going to remember.
Just skip it.
But yeah, you can still ask them. Yeah, I guess you know, a lot of times when people reach out to us, they see something online about selling your house without realtors, or maybe like on a faster timeline. I guess, what was it that you saw that maybe made you want to look into this a little further? As long as it's within the first like few weeks, you're fine. If it's like last year, they're gonna be like, dude, I don't even remember what I ate. Most people don't remember what they ate for breakfast, so
All right.
it's gonna be a hard question to answer.
Definitely.
So cool, guys. All right. If you guys don't have anything for me, I'll have anything for you. Go out and crush it. Have a fantastic day.
Later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.